Hi, I'm Chaplain Daryl Densford with another installment of Water from the Well. In an early part of this century, a man named Sam Shoemaker ministered in New York City. In fact, he died in 1963, but he had ministered in churches all of his life, all of his adult life. A part of that ministry was working with others to create Alcoholics Anonymous. In fact, his contribution, Sam Shoemaker's contribution to the creation of Alcoholics Anonymous was the spiritual aspect of finding God and getting God's help in recovery. Toward the end of his life, he wrote a poem called I Stand by the Door, kind of as an explanation of what his ministry was all about, what he was thinking about, what he was driven by, how he was motivated in ministering during his life, serving God. I want to read that to you today. It doesn't need much explanation at all because it's so poignant, it's so descriptive of the way that he was feeling in ministering to others. And I think you might find yourself in this poem somewhere. I know that I do. I don't measure up to like the likes of Sam Shoemaker or other ministers who have given their lives to God and serving Him totally and completely. But the poem, I think, will help you to aspire to do more, to be more of what God wants you to be. So let me read that for you. Again, it's by Sam Shoemaker, and the title of it is I Stand at the Door. I stand by the door. I neither go too far in nor stay too far out. The door is the most important door in the world. It is the door through which men walk when they find God. There is no use my going way inside and staying there when so many are still outside, and they, as much as I, crave to know where the door is. And all that so many ever find is only the wall where the door ought to be. They creep along the wall like blind men, with outstretched, groping hands, feeling for a door, knowing that there must be a door. Yet never do they find it. So I stand by the door. The most tremendous thing in the world is for men to find that door, the door to God. The most important thing that any man can do is to take hold of one of those blind, groping hands and put it on the latch that only clicks and opens to the man's own touch. Men die outside the door as starving beggars die on cold nights in cruel cities in the dead of winter. Die for want of what is within their grasp. They live on the other side of it. Live because they have not found it. Nothing else matters compared to helping them find it and open it and walk in and find Him. So I stand by the door. Go in, great saints. Go all the way in. Go way down into the cavernous cellars and way up into the spacious attics. It is a vast, roomy house, this house where God is. Go into the deepest of hidden casements, of withdrawal, of silence, of sainthood. Some must inhabit these inner rooms and know the depths and the heights of God, and call outside to the rest of us how wonderful it is. Sometimes I take a deeper look in. Sometimes I venture in a little farther, but my place seems closer to the opening, so I stand by the door. There is another reason why I stand there. Some people get part way in and become afraid lest God and the zeal of His house devour them. For God is so very great and asks all of us. And these people feel a cosmic claustrophobia and want to get out. Let me out, they cry. And the people way inside only terrify them more. Somebody must be by the door to tell them that they are spoiled. For the old life, they have seen too much. One taste of God and nothing but God will do anymore. Somebody must be watching for the frightened who seek to sneak out just where they came in, to tell them how much better it is inside. The people too far in do not see how near these are to leaving, preoccupied with the wonder of it all. Somebody must watch for those who have entered the door, but would like to run away. So for them too, I stand by the door. I admire the people who go way in, but I wish they would not forget how it was before they got in. Then they would be able to help the people who have not yet found the door, or the people who want to run away again from God. You can go in too deeply and stay in too long and forget the people outside the door. As for me, I shall take my accustomed place, near enough to God to hear Him and know He is there, but not so far from men as not to hear them and remember that they are there too. Where? Outside the door. Thousands of them, millions of them, but more important for me, one of them, two of them, 10 of them, whose hands I am intended to put on the latch. So I shall stand by the door and wait for those who seek it. I had rather be a doorkeeper, so I stand by the door. God bless you.